Mario Kart World Direct was today. We were told by Bowser himself to watch this Direct to find out why it's worth $80. Is there enough value in this game to make it worth $80? Well, we're going to find out. I'm going to point out some new stuff, some things they say is new that is not really new, and why this game may or may not be worth $80. So let's get started. And by the way, guys, I am sick. I'm sorry, so my voice might go in and out. I just took a cough drop to help, but we'll see what happens.
What kind of races await you? In Mario Kart World, you'll aim for first place in each Grand Prix. But why stop there? Across cities, plains, a desert, and even the ocean.
So everything seems normal besides the ocean.
Everywhere in this fully interconnected world. Races are held on courses scattered throughout various regions that span this world, and you can freely drive between them.
To a point, I think.
There's a lot in store, and we're only at the starting line. Let's introduce some of the courses that are waiting for you.
I will say, watching this a few times, that you'll see that most of these courses are has some inspiration from other courses from the past. But we should expect that because it's Mario Kart.
Let's take a look at some of the new courses to explore. Ride the ridges and roads on Mario Brothers Circuit.
I like how they call it Brother Circuit instead of just Mario.
You can't miss it. See the sights and structures of Crown City. You can even soar in style down Main Street. Drift along the rapid waterways of Salty Speedway and make a splash around the city's canals.
Now, I will say, of course, if you have new tracks, it's always worth the value to go into any game. It gives value because you're not just playing the same old tracks. Like when you had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you knew what you were expecting.
Have a spirited showing.
Now I'm going to stop it there because that is something I want to talk about. You saw a penguin just fall off of a track. Now, an open world would normally mean you would fall and you would land somewhere else. And in this, they don't explain what happens when you fall off a track. But I believe if you're in Grand Prix or the other one where you're timed, sure, a lack or two will come and pick you up and put you back on the track. If not, you would probably automatically lose the race, and that Grand Prix would just suck and you guys would be pissed off, and I would be pissed off as some Mario Kart fan would be.
The ghostly movie theater Foo Cinema. It's a whole new kind of drive-in theater. And in addition to lots of new courses,
I love the graphics though. Those graphics are amazing.
Toad's Factory, Peach Beach, Wario Shipyard, and more. Nostalgic courses from past titles are also here. But now they're reimagined.
As you see that they are, like they said, reimagined. Like that tunnel in Mario Circuit was never there originally. But it is cool to see that they did that. Gives it a little bit of value for, adding the tracks back in and giving it some upgrades.
Peach, Bowser, and Yoshi.
I love
Plus
Yoshi.
new drivers like Goomba, Spike, and that's right, Cow.
Cow. Now this is the one I have a problem with most. Why did they name him Cow? Couldn't they name him something else like Moo Moo and give it some like Mario Kart vibe from, oh, it's a cow from Moo Moo Farm, or something better than just Cow? Now the other question is, do we need all these extra characters that they're giving us from just different tracks? Let's stop here. As you see, you got a Goomba, you got a Hammer Brother, you got a Crab, you got a Cheep Cheep. You got all these characters from the Mario games that are usually just in the levels of Mario Kart to get in your way. And there's nothing wrong with that. You even got the rabbit dude from New Super Mario Bros.
Are waiting and ready.
And then here you got more characters like the mole that pops up out of the ground. You got some other turtle, Koopa Trooper. Of course, the baby character is always nice to have. But all those extra characters that To
Select your
me,
character.
it's cool to have, gives you more value of the game, but honestly,
Then
I
you're
think
off to
it's
the
too
races.
much when it comes to
Characters and
characters. They could have
vehicles
done
each have
something
different
cooler
stats, so make
for
sure to find the
characters.
combo that best suits you.
Now again, with the race cars and the characters, I'm missing the customization. If you could customize your race car with the wheels and the paraglider or whatever this is, it looks like they have airplane wings. To get the different stats would be awesome. In this case, it's just the kart and the character makes a difference. So probably the heavier a character is, the slower your kart is in the start. But although I get it, there's so many characters, there's probably way too much add-on stuff to do with the wheels and the hang glider or airplane wings in this case, or whatever else they doing. Like the wheels going for the water. But still, I think overall I will miss that part. And again, I'm sorry I'm sick.
There
My
are
voice is gonna
two
go
main
down or
styles of
up.
race revving up in this world: Grand Prix and Knockout Tour.
We all know what Grand Prix
In
is,
both
so
modes, up to 24 drivers can participate, the most in series history. Your rivals aren't the only hazards you'll need to avoid on the road. Look out for cars that shoot bullet bills, attacks from Hammer Brothers, and other obstacles along the way. Try to
Yes.
steer clear.
this is the one I'm excited for.
And now, get ready for Grand Prix. With
Oh, not
Mushroom
Grand
Cup,
Prix. Sorry.
Flower
But
Cup,
I am excited for this
Star
because it's
Cup,
not as
and
much.
more. Grand Prix races are held all around the game's world. You'll race through 4 different courses in each cup and aim for the top spot.
That's basic stuff, right?
In Mushroom Cup, you'll start off racing around Mario Brothers Circuit. While the second race will take you from Mario Brothers Circuit to Crown City. For the first time, you'll need to drive yourself to the next course in Grand Prix. So
No,
don't
the
sleep
question
at
is,
the
can you
wheel.
go off the track? Can you really take that time when you're going to the next race? Can you go off the beaten path and go open world and have everybody waiting for you? Or do you automatically not get to race the next race if you go open world? Or do you get transported to the next race no matter what because you have probably a certain amount of time to get there? Not meaning the physical time, but let's say everybody else gets there first. Do they automatically teleport you there if it's open world? I mean, like I said, this open world thing is kind of a 50-50, depending on probably the way you're playing the game. If you're doing the Grand Prix, it's probably not open world. If you're doing Knockout, it's probably not going to be an open world at all. So the open world is there, but not for everything, I'm pretty sure.
And if you conquer all Grand Prix Cups, rumor has it that a certain colorful course will appear.
Star Road. It's in every Mario Kart game, but this one looks like it's a cool little intro for Star Road. Again, what happens when you fall off a Star Road? Do you lose automatically? Does a Lackitude pick you up? Does, what's going to happen? Especially if you're doing the open world section and you're on Rainbow Road. Do you fall? Is there a graphic when you land? There's so much questions still need to be answered about this game.
Next up is a new mode, Knockout Tour. From Golden Rally to Ice Rally.
Now this
and
one I'm
more.
excited for.
These
This one is the one I
extended
like
races
because it
take you
reminds me
from
of an
one end of the
old
world
arcade
to
like
the
Cruising
other.
USA or NASCAR.
Get
But this one's a
ready for
little bit
sprint.
different because this is all about
But
position.
You've got to place if you want to stay in the race. Speed towards checkpoints throughout the world. If you don't make the cut, you're out of the running.
The other that says 8 and Mario is 11, so he automatically loses.
Buckle up. The competition gets more intense as you close.
Now that says 4 and Bowser is number 4, so he gets to go through. So instead of like NASCAR where you have a certain amount of time to get to the next checkpoint, this is just positioning. I think it's a cool feature. I think it's an awesome way of playing. It also gives you the idea how to get better at the game faster, because if you don't, you're never going to win one of these knockout challenges.
In on the checkpoints. You've got to drive to survive in Knockout Tour. So keep your eyes on the prize and aim for first place.
Of course, this is going to be a really long race this way because we're doing like 4 courses at once, or maybe even 5 or 6. Now here comes, listen.
Items can drastically change the outcome of a race. Here are some new items that'll help you out.
They're not new.
Coin shell.
That one's
When you
new.
throw a coin
There's only like
shell,
3 new
coins
items.
will appear.
Coin shell is one
Now's
of them.
your chance to
But
grab
the
them.
idea behind
Just
it
don't let your
is the same
rivals
as
cash
before
in
the coins
first.
make you go faster.
Ice flower.
Ice
With the ice
flower
flower,
came
you can
out a
freeze
long
out
time
rivals
ago
and
in Mario
send
Kart
them
Tour.
spinning. Hammer. Aim the hammer at
Hammer
an
is
arc. And
somewhat new
nailed it.
because
Hammers
it
also
never
stay on the
happened
course
in
for a
Mario
short
Kart
time and can
Arcade.
be
Or it
used
happened
to
in the
block
arcade
off
as Mario and
rivals.
Luigi hammering. That was
Mega
it.
mushroom.
Mega
The
Mushroom
Mega
came from the
Mushroom,
arcade and
don't
on the
bend so
Wii.
your rivals will
Not
go
new
home.
again.
Feather.
So there was
Use
the
the feather
Super
to jump up
Nintendo.
and avoid
Nothing
attacks.
new. I think it was also on the Wii.
You may even discover some unexpected routes. Comet. With
That
Comet's
one's a new
magic,
one.
your rivals will transform. What other mysterious effects will happen?
We also have a
You'll
big
have
one
to
come
see
up.
for yourself. The lower your placement,
Bullet
the
Bill
more
we've had
likely
for
you are to
years.
find items that'll turn the tables. So when
Lightning
you get
bolts came
items,
from the
go
Super
for it.
Nintendo and beyond. Again, they're using new loosely.
And if you're new to the Mario Kart series, there are added support features to help you along the way.
I believe all this has started from the Wii. The added
These include
features.
smart steering, which helps you
Smart
stay
steering
on the course.
will not even let you go to the desert or
Tilt
anything
controls,
off the
where you
side
can
of
hold
the
the
main
Joy-Con
track.
2 controller horizontally. and
Again, that
use
started in
motion
the Wii,
controls to
started
steer.
way back in the Wii
And if
era.
you have the Joy-Con 2 wheel,
So again,
you
none of
can
this is
feel
new
like you're
features.
really driving.
But again, they said new features for beginners. Nothing's new. Now again, they don't really explain this very much either. Like,
How about
how
a
do you
quick
get to
break?
this point? You
A
just
snack sounds
decide
good
to get
right
off the
about now.
Grand Prix and say, you know what, I'm
Hey,
done
look,
playing
it's
with
a
you guys, done
drive-thru.
racing, and I'm just gonna go play on my own. Again, they don't explain
Here
how
at
this
Yoshi's,
works.
you can
Is this
grab
just
an
part of
order to
the
go.
free roaming area? Is it not a free roaming
Take
area?
a
Is this
bite,
just something that's
and
happening as you're going
you
from
can
course to
unlock
course?
outfits inspired by your meal.
They don't explain it, and I don't appreciate them not explaining it. Does
Eat
this
some
give it
sushi
value?
and-
Of course it gives you value. That means they put costumes in the
Whoa,
game,
nice
and they took
threads.
the time to detail them. It's awesome.
Once unlocked,
Does that
these
mean
outfits can be
you have
selected
to
from the
unlock
character
every
selection
one of
screen.
these outfits for every character, or does it just
Who
one
knows
character
what
you unlock
dishes
it and they
or
get them
outfits
all?
you'll find.
They don't explain
Make a
that
pit
either.
stop
So
and check
how
out
does
these
this work?
drive-thrus all around the world.
You just mean you can go get
That was a nice
you drive
detour.
to these pit
Now
stops
let's
and you
get back
get
to
a
the
hamburger or pizza or whatever, and you get an outfit. Is it just for that character, or is it for all the characters after you open it?
Let's
They
introduce
don't
some
explain
new
it.
tricks that'll help you ace each race. Charge jump. You can now use a charge jump by holding the drift button while driving straight ahead. Charge and release to jump.
It's very cool right there. I wish they
Use
had
this
that
to
back in the
leap over
day,
obstacles.
but I'm glad they're finally adding it.
Grind along power lines and dodge attacks from your rivals. And if you jump toward a wall, you can wall ride for a short period of time.
And that's awesome, because now you don't need the little rainbow boosters to do it.
Chain some tricks together, and you may even reach places like this. Ah, so close. Almost there. Whenever this happens, be kind and rewind. This will return your vehicle to
I
its
like this
original
feature
position.
to a point, because what they're going to talk about next is with the
Nice,
rewind is not meant for
This
racing.
can
If
come
you
in
do this
handy
during
when mapping out how
racing,
to best approach a course.
you're going to lose the race,
Keep in
because
mind, though,
after
your
you...
rivals will still move normally
Why would you
when
reverse
rewind,
when you're
so don't
one?
lose your lead.
Look at that. Now you're 24 and that first place is way ahead. You're
Wanna
not
take
going to
a
win.
spin in even
I got a
more
lot to
races?
say about this, so I'm going to pause here. So, the whole rewind feature would be fantastic if you're playing against a computer and you're just trying to learn the course. Because other than that, it's not going to help you at all. You're not going to rewind when you're doing online racing. You're not going to rewind when you're trying to beat Grand Prix horses for real. You're not going to rewind doing anything that you want to win. You're going to only rewind when you first get this game and you need to learn how to do the tricks what places you can land, how far you can jump from a wall to a ground like the guy did, how to do it. But after you're done learning all that and learning the tracks inside and out and all the shortcuts, you're never going to do it again. Unless there is one possibility, and I will say this. Say you are trying to show somebody, like your friend, when they do the video chat thing, look right here, instead of going straight, you back up, you hit this wall, and you do this jump, and you get a speed boost, and you actually will go faster to get to first place. Fine, but other than that, there's really no point in the rewind. My opinion. If you disagree with me, leave a comment down. If you disagree with anything I say in this video, put a comment down below and we could talk about it. And you know what? I'm okay with disagreements. I like disagreements. It's what makes the world go round.
In time trials, it's you against the clock. Here you can race without any other competitors. And if you go online, you can download and compete against ghost data from racers around the world.
Again, this has been done since at least the Wii. Nothing new.
Customize the rules of the road in Versus Race.
Again, this has been done forever and a
You can
day.
use the
Nothing
classic
new
rule
about
set
this.
of running 3 laps within the same course. Or you can choose to drive the distance from one course to another. You can even take the road less traveled and choose routes that aren't in Grand Prix or Knockout Tour.
No, that part's new and cool.
Up to 24 drivers can now compete in 2, 3, or even 4 teams.
That's awesome.
Group up and get ready to put the pedal to the metal.
No, the only thing they're not talking about here, guys, is internet connection. Because if you have 24 people on a server, and the server goes down because everybody's playing Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart World, all at once because the newest game is the game you got for the Switch 2 because it's the game that came with. Believe me, there's going to be server issues on day one. Everybody playing Mario Kart World online. It's just the way it's going to be. So be prepared for internet crashing. Because they're not expecting it, I don't think. And maybe they are. I know they had a test. And I think it was for this game, but still,
no roads, no problem.
The server's gonna crash. I'm pretty sure. Everybody around the world playing Mario Kart World on the same day, it's gonna crash.
Drive the desert, or jump off from way up here. You can go wherever you like, even to the edges of the world.
I love this concept. This is what I'm really excited for. It's just
There's
this
a
open
switch
world.
over there. Hit hundreds of P-switches you find across the world to start missions.
Now these missions are really just teaching you how to do
By
your tricks
completing
and
them,
racing.
you can hone your driving ability outside of races.
See? And that's cool. I mean, it gives you some reason. Now this was like a Zelda location from Tears of the Kingdom of Breath of the Wild.
Hidden panels, and more.
It's a lot. Now this open world gives you a lot of value, and I really enjoy looking at this. Also gives you the time to learn the tracks. So again, that rewind feature is almost pointless if you're going to learn the tracks by doing open world, right? So what's the point of the rewind features? It's neat, but it's not worth it. You're losing the race if you do the rewind. Just go open world and learn the tracks, learn the shortcuts that way, and call it a day. And again, you might disagree with me, but I think, honestly, if you just take the time to learn the tracks on an open world, you'll be fine.
If one person has Mario Kart World, up to 4 players can race in split screen on the same system.
I love that idea, but I don't like it because on the
It's
going to be in such a small square on the system itself.
Up to 8 players.
On the TV, it might not be bad.
System can race together this way.
Even 2 players on a system, you know, in the same house is going to be a pain in the butt to see.
And up to 24 players from around the world can join a race or battle in online play.
Yeah, that's awesome, but if everybody jumps on it all at once on day one, it's going to crash. But it's an awesome feature.
This may look like free roam, but this is where you'll wait while your
It
friends
also
join
looks
you.
like Tears of the Kingdom opening a little bit.
Looks like someone's arrived. Yep, you can meet up with your crew anywhere in this world.
I mean, I know
By
it's
checking
not
the
Tears of the
map, you
Kingdom
can
a
quickly see
level, but it
where your
still
friends
looks
are
kind of
and
like it.
travel to their location.
And you got teleportation in this game.
Battle or race with custom rules. Or just go for a ride together. Make this road trip your own.
Yep, it's a very cool idea.
You can also take photos together along the way.
I
if
love that
that's more
photo
your
because I
speed.
don't think it's ever going to happen in my group. But, you know, it's still a cool photo up. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people
With
doing
Game
it
Chat,
too.
enjoy an expanded experience by talking online with friends. Use
Look at the
built-in
bouncy
microphone
carts.
to voice
That's pretty
chat while
funny.
driving
But
together.
this voice chat thing is going to be something that people are going to be just promoting left and right. No, I hate that. I love how the main screen is nice and flawless,
Or
but
take
those
a back
camera
seat and
screens
watch each
are
other's game
horrible.
screens.
It is so, you know,
If you have a Nintendo
25
Switch 2
frames maybe
camera,
per second.
you can enjoy seeing your friends' reactions while playing together.
That part's not bad.
Who's close by? Wait, who just passed me? You'll be able to tell in an instant. Hey, Michelle, and
But most
Bullseye.
people that play with friends know what character the friend is, so
And
it's still a
when
cool
playing
idea.
together in person on the same system, a single camera can detect up to 4 people's faces.
The single camera detecting 4 people's faces is an awesome concept,
Enjoy
not
the
just for
view
Mario Kart, but
and
just
get
in
ready
general.
to face off with your friends.
I think it also probably has to do with who's holding the controller that I will go find. Probably connected somehow to the controller.
A transcontinental race around the world is just around the corner in Mario Kart World, available exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. A hardware bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World will also be available.
Now, is this game worth $80? To me, absolutely not. But 70, yes. I can see it being 70, just like Tears of the Kingdom. 80 is a little pricey. But honestly, guys, let's just be truthful to ourselves. If you're buying the Switch 2, 99% of the people that are buying it for themselves is going to get the Mario Kart bundle for $499, me included. If you are buying the Switch 2 for a family member, you're probably going to be buying it by yourself for $450 because you don't know any better. Most people that get a Switch from a family member have no idea what the games cost or even buying a game for it. Now, by saying that, did they really show $80 worth of value? Did they explain any of that? Absolutely not. Now, was I expecting to see the pre-order date? Absolutely not. What I say, knowing of the pre-order date is supposed to be April 30th, according to Target's, Target, according to that video that I saw. Also, in Canada, I think it's supposed to be the 27th. But so far, Nintendo has not come out and said anything, and that's okay. But overall, $80 for this game, my opinion, no. I know people are gonna buy it. There's no way nobody's gonna not buy this. So, bundle or no bundle, even if this game gets bumped up to 90, 100, sooner or later people are gonna buy it. Now remember, people, all my friends and family out there, I'm sick. Sorry, I sound funny, but the reality is, these games might go down in price later, but no one's gonna wait for later. They want it on day one, me included. I actually got a second job today. So unlike before, I've been saying, I might get it on day one. I can't pre-order it, but I'll probably get it on day one. So if you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date on everything Nintendo Switch 2. So when the pre-orders actually do hit the internet, I will let you guys know for sure. And I will catch you next time.